Hello everybody, welcome to the Labyrinth of Limitations. I thought I would just talk a bit about shell chords again and how nice they are for this episode. So this is a little labyrinth where we're going to talk about shell chords. I'm going to show some examples over body and soul. I'm going to mention what scales of chords I'm thinking at different parts. We'll look at some things but then also if you download the app, the Body and Soul, the first part of it is in there, and it explains my thinking of the scales of chords if you follow along by hitting the space bar. And you can find all the shell chords you could ever want by holding down Shift, pressing down twice to get to shell chords, and hitting right and left while holding Shift, and you'll just move along in the scales of chords doing shell chords, which is nice. So anyway, Body and Soul starts. So that's the basic idea of just the tune. That's the part that we're looking at. Let's look at just the beginning of that. It says 2, that's E flat minor 7 to B flat 7, which is the dominant of E flat minor 7. Back to E flat minor 7. That's E flat minor 7, which is the 2 in the key of D flat, which is what we're in. Then we go to A flat, and then A flat dominant 7th, and then to D flat. Now, of course, as Barry people, we know that E flat minor 7 is the same thing as G flat major 6. And B flat 7 is expressed by the diminished that is within the G flat major 6 scale. So I could go, that could be the, so I go, so, da, 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 da. I could do that. But what if I did shell chords? So shell chords are the things that I call, not like Django Reinhardt kind of shell chords, or I think some jazz guitarists think of it a little differently. I just call it a 4-note chord. So say if I'm thinking G flat major 6, which I am, and I have the 6th here of G flat major 6, and then the root, and then the 3rd, and then the 5th, and I'm going to leave out, in this case, either, I always leave out either the, what would be the tenor or the alto voice. So that's the 2nd and 3rd notes of that sequence. If I started from here, I would leave out one of those. So it sounds like this, right? Those are the options for a shell chord with this in the bass, with E flat in the bass, for a G flat major 6. So I go like that. So I go, so I could go like that. So it's just so easy to move with them. They're really pretty. So I could start with the drop 2, but then I can, it's just so nice. And I'm going to show some patterns that I like to do. But people find their shell chords by thinking the top end of a drop, bottom end of a drop 2. And that's fine, but if you really want to get fast with it, you need to think of them as their own thing, just like you think of a drop 2. So they are in the app by hitting Shift plus down twice. So one thing I like to do is this. So that is doing an arpeggio where I go, so I'm using classical guitar technique, but so I can do it, and that's something we're good at, is these types of arpeggios, right? So it's, but I'm playing the top, bottom, which is nice. Or I could go, or I could mix it up. Or I can do any kind of thing, like maybe all of that. So Or I could go, I could like change to just playing block chords at any point, which is really nice. You can go up, of course, too. I just keep going down. That would be just doing arpeggios over the first part, and then I went to a dominant 7 flat 5 for A flat. So what was that again? That was... Whoops. Let me try that again. Think. There we go. I can't remember what I did. But anyway, it was something pretty. And anyway, it was something. I don't know. And then... So I'll get on with it. Sorry, got distracted. So those are show chord movements. And what I'm doing is I'm thinking of G flat major 6 the whole time. And then I'm going to, maybe I'll commit to the tritones minor of A minor 6. So I'll go, so maybe I won't worry about the melody. I'll just go. Tritones minor. Tritones minor with shell chords. So tritones minor is A flat minor 6. Here's drop 2. That's slower. That's harder to do fast. That's really easy. So what I suggest thinking of is start looking at your shell chords, and instead of thinking of shell chords as coming from a drop 2, think of your drop 2 as being a shell chord plus a note, maybe. That might be helpful. Because I do that all the time. I go... I kind of like add in the drop 2 to that because I see that relationship. And then... And maybe I'll go forward. Let's look at what happens next. It says D flat major 6 on the chart. And then it says G flat dominant 7th or G flat with a 9th in there. And I just think D flat minor 6 because that's the 6 on the 5. So D flat minor 6 diminished expresses that chord. And then it says to go to F minor 7, but that's A flat major 6, which is not the same thing as A flat dominant 7th, but it's nice. I think of it, in other words, as soon as I get to this D flat, I think of it as like a 4 and a minor 4 to A flat major, which I think is really pretty. And then the next chord that follows after that F minor 7 is what's called the flat 3 diminished. In this case, it is E fully diminished 7th. But that is the diminished that is within A flat major 6 diminished. So, but when I do that, when I do a flat 3 diminished sound, I do octatonic always. So this, and then, because I'm trying to get free from the A flat sound a bit and just focus on that diminished sound. And then it goes to E flat major minor 7, which is again G flat major 6. So you can go like, so maybe I'll try to go. So I'll get into it. So, and I'll do shell chords. So, a little bit of deviation from shell chords. There's the minor, D flat minor 6. And I'm gonna go. That's the G flat major 6 again. And then it goes to, it does a beautiful thing where it says on the chart E flat minor 7. So 2-5 to the 6, to the minor 6, to the relative minor. So it goes C minor 7 flat 5 to, and then it goes to 6, and then 2, 5, 1. But when it does that, the way I like to think of it to find some really smooth movement is I go, I do that all the time on this because I like it. I could go, or I could go like, but then it goes, then when it goes to the C minor 7 flat 5, I think E flat minor 6. So I was thinking E flat major 6 for this. And now E flat minor 6. Sorry, I'm not thinking that actually. I'm thinking E flat minor 7, which is G flat major 6. But then I think of those two things kind of concurrently. So it's, so now I'm seeing this as kind of a E flat minor 7. And then E flat minor 6. I'm just abandoning the melody just to move. So that is, maybe I'll walk through the tune real quick. So it's G flat major 6 to tritones minor, which is A minor 6, D flat major 6, D flat minor 6 is what I'm thinking, A flat major 6 to its diminished, but then I do tritone, and then I do the octatonic stuff on that, and then I go to G flat major 6 to E flat minor 6, which are family. So you could do something like, you could go like a, maybe, oh, this would be nice. So like. So what I did was, all of that, there's so much family in there because I got this is G flat major 6, which is family. It shares the same diminished. I could have done that. And then I could go. And then this is not family at that point. So that's it. So I got kind of silk. So I don't know why that works so well. Maybe I'll try it again. So shell chords. Just works well because I'm going from the on chord. Oops. So I go maybe. Bridge. Won't worry about that today, but went a little longer than expected. But I just want to like kind of give, you know, the speed comes from small things. It's easier to move small things. It's easier to invert small things. It's easier to get your fingers to move. So you can download the app. You can try out Body and Soul. You can hit the arrows and move around. You can find all kinds of stuff. So I'm not putting chord charts up there today because it takes time and it's already there for you to do that. Free trial, and it's just, you know, $10 for a month, and you can cancel the subscription like as soon as right after you get it. You have it for a month. That's just the way it works for me. Well, because it takes so much time to make the app. So appreciate it, people that do that, or you could just kind of follow along with the video here. Hope that has been fun and educational, and sun's setting while this video is going, so, but it seems like it's light enough, and I'll be doing more soon. So take care and keep practicing.